What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be reacting to a video by a YouTuber named Odin. If you don't know him, please go check out his content. He's hilarious. He reviewed my debate with Sash, and I expected him to do it, but I didn't expect it to be 54 minutes long. So definitely go check out his content. Link's going to be in the description, but I'm going to react to this video, so I figured might as well record it. So let's see what he has to say about the debate that me and Sash had.
So Senior Chief debated Cactus Sash, and it was a comedy show. Cactus Sash, like, I don't know him. The only thing I know about him is that he's like one of the biggest ending defenders in the community. The first time I heard about him was when he made that one video about Eren, which I'm sure all of you guys know about. The only reason I know about that video was because when that video came out, a lot of people were linking that video in my comment section in like several videos of mine. So when I saw that, I was like, what the hell is that? Clicked on the link. I saw that it was an hour-long video on Eren and defending him. And look, personally, I didn't watch the video. I still haven't watched it. Nothing against Sash, but I'm just not gonna watch an hour-long video defending Eren. In general rule, I'm just not gonna watch an hour-long video on anything unless it's an in-depth review of a waifu body pillow.
Your video is damn near an hour long, my boy.
So yeah, I didn't know anything about Sash. I didn't know his takes,
Ironic.
what he thought about Eren, where he's coming from. I didn't know anything. So hearing him in this debate, I just gotta say it. Sash has some of the most outlandish, insane, and straight up psychotic. Like, there's one take of his towards the end of the debate where it's literally psychotic. He has some of the most dumb takes I've ever heard in the anime community. This debate is a peak example of ending defenders retconning themselves, making up headcanons, blatantly lying, being disingenuous, and gaslighting. Now, I know that's a lot, right? Retconning, being disingenuous, blatant lying, gaslighting. But Sash does all of that in this video. And don't worry, I'm gonna provide proof of all of that. Sash, don't worry, bro. I got you. I'm gonna show you everything you said. Before I get into the debate, let me just show you how bad Sash's takes were. His own defenders, people on his side, were literally telling him to shut up. Look at this tweet by this guy on Twitter. He's on Sash's side. Let me read you the first tweet. He quote tweets saying, "This man really thinks Sash is scared of him. Sash is the smartest anime fan on Twitter. And who are you? A clown." Guys, I think he tweeted that right before the debate started or right at the beginning of the debate. So he tweets that, right? And look what he tweets afterwards. "Stop talking Sash," in all caps. Even Sash's defenders, people on his side, are literally telling Sash to shut up. That's how bad his takes are. People on his side are telling him to shut up. Guys, it's that bad. Again, he makes some outlandish, wild takes that I haven't even heard from, any other ending defender. This is all brand new to me. It's crazy. So let's start talking about the debate. So like, the first big thing that Say and Sash argue about is freedom. Now, the way Sash presents or frames his argument is rather interesting. He starts off with literally the way you, and he's talking to Chief, but I think when he says you guys or you people, I think he's referring to all of his ending haters. But he says you people or you guys have a Western view of freedom, and that view of freedom is not applicable to Attack on Titan, because the main freedom that Attack on Titan applies is the Eastern view of freedom. Now, according to Sash, Western freedom is basically physical freedom and freedom from external things. And what he says the Eastern freedom is mental freedom and internal freedom. So he talks about Armin and Eren and which freedom categories they fall into. And basically he says that Armin falls into the Eastern interpretation of freedom because Armin wants to be mentally free, internally free, by seeing the sea. Armin thinks freedom is the sea. He then says that Eren's goal for freedom, or wish for freedom, is Armin's freedom, mental freedom. That Eren wants to be mentally free instead of physically free.
Because Eren,
Armin's entire speech about living in the present.
Eren being not physically free is his whole entire reason for doing everything that he's doing. He was not trying to find mental freedom. He was trying to find physical freedom.
No, he was trying to find Armin's freedom.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't
Yes,
thinking
he
about
was.
Armin.
He then immediately retcons himself by saying, no, actually Eren's goal for freedom is physical freedom because Eren puts an emphasis on external factors, such as the walls and whatnot.
He's unfulfilled before. Armin tells him about the book.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, when I looked into your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I realized I wasn't free. Do you agree with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and he says, you had an amazing dream that I couldn't quite see.
Right.
So it's the look in his eyes that made Eren realize he was unfree, not what he's saying specifically. And then what Eren does is, because he's unfulfilled and he realizes unfree, because he can't be the same as Armin, which he can't find the joy in that Armin has, the look in the eyes, which is important. You have this thing where he understands he's not free, and then he justifies that to himself by not creating the external factors, but putting emphasis on the external factors. So, for example, he can't see the sea, he can't see the blah blah blah, and he has all of the external factors. So the walls, they're trapping him in a small space, etc., etc., etc.
So already, in a matter of seconds, Sash literally retcons himself. He says that Eren's freedom is Armin's freedom, but no. It's actually that Eren's freedom is physical freedom, external freedom, freedom from the walls. And at this point, I'm like, Sash, pick one. Just pick one. Does Eren want Armin's freedom? Or does Eren want freedom from the walls and Titans and his enemies? Pick one, Sash. Just pick one. And this is the funniest part. He then goes on to cite research papers on the different philosophies of Eastern freedom and Western freedom. Look, there's nothing wrong with bringing up research papers in a debate, but when you're bringing up research papers in the debate about anime, you just look mad goofy. I don't care who you are, if you're smart, if you're dumb. If you're bringing up research papers in a debate about anime, you just look mad goofy. The people against you already think you're dumb, and if you bring up research papers, then the people on your side will also think you're dumb. As I already showed, people on his side were telling Sash to shut up. Him citing research papers does not help his argument at all. It did not add anything to his argument. I don't know why he thinks or thought that boosted his argument. First off, the way he framed this argument was that our view of freedom, the quote-unquote Western interpretation of freedom, is not applicable to Attack on Titan. So the way we've been viewing freedom, interpreting freedom in Attack on Titan, is not correct because we have a Western view of freedom. But not once does he point to a specific example of us projecting our interpretation of freedom on Attack on Titan. He literally says that Eren wants external freedom and physical freedom, which he says is quote-unquote Western freedom. So his framing of his argument goes out the window immediately. He started off saying, oh, the way you guys view freedom is not applicable to AOT because AOT is all about Eastern freedom. But he goes on to cite evidence of Eren's character wanting quote-unquote Western freedom in Attack on Titan. Sash, that's not us projecting our quote-unquote interpretation of freedom on Attack on Titan. You just cited Attack on Titan itself, Eren's own character wanting freedom from the walls or external freedom and physical freedom. That's not us. That's not us Westerners. That's Attack on Titan. That's Isayama's writing. And then literally after switching up and saying that no, Eren actually doesn't want Armin's freedom. Eren wants his own freedom. He wants physical freedom, external freedom. I guess he goes back to saying that Eren actually wants Armin's freedom. And then Sash asks Saint, why would Eren be free if he destroys the world?
For you, Eren being free once he's killed everyone, why would that make him be free?
Oh my god. It seems like he forgot that the outside world wants to literally kill Eren and the people he cares about. So Sash, of course, Eren isn't going to be free just by seeing the sea. His basic argument here, and what I think he's trying to say, because he doesn't make it clear at all, because he literally retconned himself twice already, I think he's trying to say that Eren's version of freedom is wrong, because Eren wants freedom from external things, like the wall and his enemies, while Armin wants freedom just by going to the sea. And Sash is saying, basically, Eren should just be happy about reaching the sea, because that's freedom, according to Armin. Again, Sash seems to forget that Eren literally saw his mom get eaten by a Titan right in front of him, which makes Eren realize that he will never be truly free because his enemies will always try to take his freedom away. In other words, kill him, which is why he vows to destroy his enemies, Titans and then humans in the outside world. But according to Sash, Eren should forget about people wanting to kill him, because in Sash's own words, there will always be things that limit you.
Why would
like
so what did you expect him to do at that moment when he saw the ocean just chill and play in the water, when he knows that people across the world want him dead?
There will always be things that limit you, no matter what.
What do you mean there will
That was his worst point. I'm sorry. That was a really bad point. My boy just said, yeah. Basically, he said, there's always going to be someone who wants to kill you, so just play in the water, bro. What's the point in getting worked up about it? Like, that was really stupid, man. And people say he won? Wow. You, Sash, are you hearing yourself? They wanted to kill his entire
You not
and
agree?
wanted to kill his
Yes, but
entire. Wow.
ladies, ladies and gentlemen, if someone is trying to kill you, you should just accept it and just be free because, well, I mean, there's always gonna be limits on you. Someone trying to kill you is a limit on you, and you know what? That's just a natural, normal aspect of life. Eren is wrong for wanting freedom from external things, like his enemies, titans, humans outside the world. He just needs to accept it. He needs to be like Armin, being free by seeing the sea. Just accept it. There's always gonna be limits on you. It's normal, guys. If the whole world wants to kill you, it's just a limit. Oh, but God forbid, if you want freedom from people trying to kill you, then you're wrong. You're wrong. No, you're wrong. He then says Eren doesn't understand his own freedom. So after going back and forth and saying Eren wants Armin's freedom, oh no, Eren wants his own freedom, and then going back to saying, oh, Eren wants Armin's freedom, he's now saying Eren doesn't understand his own freedom, so he creates external roadblocks. Yes, according to Sash, Eren creates his external roadblocks to him getting freedom.
we're saying
You're
the
talking
blank
about
plane.
mental. I'm talking about physical. You're talking about mental.
That's the
it's
point.
physical.
Eren completes them. That's the Eren doesn't understand. Like, what do you not understand about
Also,
that?
Eren's
What I'm saying?
retarded.
That's the whole point is that he can't see Armin's dream. Like, that's the whole point. He justifies it to himself by creating all of these external things, and he keeps on fighting these external forces.
Apparently, Eren created the Titans. Eren made it so the outside world would hate him and want to kill him. Eren created all of that because he doesn't understand his own freedom. He mentions chapter 131 of Eren not understanding freedom.
Eren is too stupid to understand freedom.
No,
So
it's
the
not even
only
about
way-
stupid. That's not
It
even
is-
stupid.
It's pretty stupid.
But we know anyway. In 131, we know he doesn't understand freedom
How come?
because he says
Mhm.
anyone who saw those sights would be free, and then he says freedom while not seeing any of those sights. So you already know he's confused on his idea of freedom. What do you mean?
And he argues that because Eren wanted to see the sights, he actually couldn't see the sights. So he doesn't understand his freedom. And then later on, he says that in chapter 131, that was when Eren was the closest to freedom ever.
Yes, 131 is the closest he'll ever get to achieving.
Oh shit!
So
Odin
at first
is.
he says in chapter 131, Eren didn't understand his freedom. But now apparently he's saying, oh no. That was when Eren was the closest to freedom.
Yo, Odin
And it's
is
so
tearing
bad to
this
the point
nigga
where
up.
Saint has to literally explain to Sash that Eren's freedom is different from Armin's freedom because Eren realized that people beyond the sea want to kill him. Why would Eren be free by seeing the sea when he knows the outside world wants to kill him? Why is he wrong in wanting to be free from people trying to kill him?
So Armin showed him a book, and when Armin showed him that book and how excited Armin was about that book and showing Eren that there's more to life than these dusty ass walls that we have known our whole life. There's more out there. Eren never knew that. He never saw over the walls. All he saw his whole life was walls. And when he saw Armin's face, he saw, damn, that shit sounds dope. And look how happy that made Armin. Wouldn't it be nice if I was able to be happy like him? Wouldn't it be nice if we both were able to go outside and see that? Wouldn't it be nice if we were able to live our lives without being behind these goddamn fucking walls? But we can't.
This is the thing,
because
though.
those goddamn fucking Titans are outside.
And Sash ignores him and responds with, but Armin was excited.
But we can't.
This is the thing,
because
though.
those
Armin's
goddamn
excited.
fucking Titans are outside.
This is the thing, though. Armin's excited in that moment.
And he calls Armin the exemplification of freedom.
He finds freedom
Armin
in
is,
the present.
Yes, Armin can do that. So what? Eren can't do that. Eren is not able to accept this bullshit like Armin is. Armin's parents wasn't even able to accept it. That's why they died.
Yes, that's the whole point. That's why Armin is the exemplification of freedom.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, so according to Sash, because Armin was excited about seeing the sea, is the one that Eren should be pursuing. And I have to repeat it because that's how bad Sash's take is. According to him, if someone is actively trying to kill you and you want to stop people from killing you because you can't accept that, you're not actually free. Or at least your version of freedom is wrong. But if you accept that someone is trying to kill you and you convince yourself that temporary moments of freedom, like Armin reaching the sea, that version of freedom is right. And then Saint, he brings up an excellent question in the form of an analogy.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Let's say you're a slave, right? Like an actual slave.
In what type? Like a physical slave?
A physical slave, yeah. Like your actual physical slave. And you have a slave master.
Yes.
You have to pick cotton. And if you don't pick the cotton, the slave master gonna come outside and beat the dog shit out of you, cut your leg off, kill your sister, your wife, whoever you got. So you got to do it, right?
Yes.
And another slave come around and say, bro, we free. What you talking about? Look at this book I got. Do you see the ocean? Would you be like, yep, he's a free slave?
And the response that Sash gives is so funny because you can tell he got caught and he realizes his logic is flawed.
Would you be like, yep, he's a free slave?
What are you talking about, bro?
You heard what I said.
Yeah, you're talking about what I would feel?
Would you feel like that was a free slave?
And so he completely dodges the question. He starts acting stupid. He then goes on to say, if you're a physical slave, but you think in your head that you're free, then that makes you not a slave. That is literally what he says.
But you're not actually free, though. You're physically slave. You're physically a slave.
But
And Eren was physically not free. Eren was physically not free.
You said you can be physically. You just said you can be mentally free while being physically a slave, right?
Yes.
So what part of you is a slave? If in your head you're not a slave.
The part that gets up to pick this cotton when I don't want to.
Yeah, but in your head you're not enslaved.
Doesn't
in your
fucking
head you're
matter
okay
what
with
my head thinks. Doesn't matter. My head could think I'm a fucking
What do you mean?
dragon, but I'm not a
What
dragon
does that mean?
And he argues this by saying that reality is subjective.
But what if I argue that reality is subjective then in terms of how you view the world?
What?
So yeah, if you're a literal
Bro,
slave, but in your head you say, you know what? I don't feel like a slave. Then automatically, according to Sash, you're not a slave. And the reason he thinks this is because he equates freedom to happiness.
I'm a dragon. I'm a dragon, so I'm a dragon.
In your head, you are free. As in by freedom we mean happiness, because that is what they are equated
No, you
to.
changing the word. We ain't talking about happiness. We're talking about
It's
free.
literally, like,
We're talking about
good,
free.
like-
No. Don't change the word. Stick to
Alright,
Travis. We're talking about freedom.
alright,
We're talking about freedom.
But just a simple Google search of freedom and happiness literally tells you that they're not the same. If you're a slave and you think, you know what, I'm happy,
Pulling
I
up the
feel
Google
free,
search.
you're still a slave. You're still a physical slave. He then quotes Taoism and says that Armin embodies Taoism's version of freedom or interpretation of freedom. And he starts quoting
Odin
Armin in
going
chapter
crazy
137,
right
talking about
now.
the baseball and the leaf. And again, he's still going on about how Eren
Hey, yo, Odin, I'm happy you did this, so I don't have to.
really actually wanted Armin's freedom throughout the entire story of Attack on Titan.
Man, because
Because
Eren,
Armin's entire speech is about living in the
because
present.
Eren being not physically free is his whole entire reason for doing everything that he's doing. He was not trying to find mental freedom. He was trying to find physical freedom.
No, he was trying to find Armin's freedom.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't
Yes,
thinking
he
about
was.
Armin.
He brings up chapter 73 and he's talking about this convo between Eren and Armin and how Eren told Armin, when you told me about your book and the outside world, I saw the look in your eyes and I wanted that.
He wasn't
Yes,
thinking
he
about
was.
Armin.
He said, "You are in the amazing dream that I can't see." He wanted to see the amazing dream.
Bro, he was not.
Yes.
The whole story.
Yes,
the
he
whole
was. That is the whole thing. He wants to see. He wants to.
But literally 11 chapters later, chapter 84, when they're arguing who should live, Armin or Erwin, Eren literally says that he forgot all about Armin's dream and it cites in his book a long time ago. So yeah.
Yo. You just killed that nigga. You really just killed that nigga. Holy shit. I didn't even think about that. You just killed that nigga. Wow, Odin. Wow. You literally just killed that nigga. That's crazy. You just destroyed him entirely.
Yeah, Eren literally says
Wow.
that he forgot about Armin's dream and the sights of the outside world a long time
That
ago.
literally,
And then
factually proves that his dream and Armin's dream have not been the same for the entire first half of the story. So why would I think it's the same for the second half?
chapters later, in chapter 90, during the medal ceremony, Eren is talking about the outside world, about the sea, the frozen plains, the snowfields on sand. But immediately afterwards, Eren pictures his kid aunt getting eaten by dogs. So Sash, explain to me why in this moment, when Eren is talking about the sea, the frozen plains, the snowfields on sand, why isn't Eren smiling in this panel? Why is he picturing his aunt getting eaten by dogs? Why isn't he picturing him having a vacation with Armin and Mikasa at the sea? Why isn't that Sash? Could it be that Eren recognizes that he can never be truly free because he knows that people in the outside world will want to kill him? Could it be that Sash?
That's exactly
Eren literally says that when they reach the sea. Sash, why isn't Eren happy here? We know that Armin is happy. He's playing around and grabbing seashells. But why isn't Eren? If Eren truly wanted Armin's freedom throughout the entire story, like you said, why in this moment is Eren not happy seeing the sea? Why does he not feel free? Why does he say that unless he kill people on the other side of the sea, will they finally be free? Why does he say that, Sash? Why does Eren say that if he wants Armin's freedom? Why doesn't he feel free right now? I mean, I could give you a simple answer. That doesn't require research papers. Eren knows that he cannot be free unless he destroys his enemies. That's the answer, Sash. Sash, why when Eren is walking around Marley, why is he sad and depressed? Why isn't Eren happy about exploring the world? Why isn't he happy like Armin? Could it be, Sash, that Eren realizes that people still want to kill him? And Parody, his friends, the people he cares about, Parody and his friends? Is Eren still wrong in thinking that? If Eren truly wanted Armin's freedom throughout the entire story of Attack on Titan, then Attack on Titan would have ended in chapter 131. In chapter 139, we know that Armin and Eren's convo in Paths takes place in chapter 131 in real time when Armin is on the boat with Annie. In this whole Paths conversation with Eren and Armin, they literally go sightseeing all the sites in Armin's book. Sash, why does Eren, after seeing all these sites and paths, not stop the rumbling? Sash, why is he not free? Why didn't Eren go, you know what? I'm free. I'm so happy right now. Saw a volcano with lava, the frozen plains, the sea. I'm happy, Armin. Sash then says that Eren has 4 goals: freedom, ending the Titan Curse, his friends, and giving Parody a fighting chance. And guys, again, he's still on the idea that Eren wanted Armin's freedom, but then he then goes on to say that Eren actually didn't want Armin's freedom because he actually wanted the world to be barren and flat. That's what he says.
He wants to freedom.
He wants freedom. What we
He wants
talking
to
about?
see- he wants
We
to see
talking
the
about
amazing
physical
dream.
or mental freedom? We gotta adjust. We
He
gotta.
wants to see the amazing
explain it
dream.
with you.
So freedom for him, and what he equated it to was the blank plane.
Right. Emptiness. Nothing
Then-
there.
So out of emptiness, the views in the book, which you know isn't true already.
And then Sam brings up how it doesn't make any sense that Eren wanted to give Parody a fighting chance, but they literally get bombed at the end. To which Sash responds, well, Eren doesn't know Parody got destroyed, so he didn't fail. It's okay. And then Chief says, yeah, but Parody got destroyed. And then Sash says, yeah, but Eren doesn't know. And then Chief says, yeah, but Parody got destroyed. And Sash goes on again, yeah, but Eren doesn't know. He didn't fail.
What's next? What else did he say? He said Titans are back and Paradise is destroyed. Eren doesn't know Paradise is destroyed,
But it was.
but does Eren know that?
But it was.
But does Eren know that?
Would he
What's
have
that?
known it if
What
it
did it
got
have to do?
Would he have known it if it got destroyed the next day after he died? No. It doesn't matter
No,
if he knows it or
but
not.
there
He
was-
still
yeah.
failed. You can fail without
No,
knowing
but
you
that,
failed.
that's got nothing to do with his, as in him winning, as in he made his choice, as in it aligns with the choice he made. As in he made a choice and he reached the result of that choice. That's what I'm saying by win.
And that's what's like so funny to me. It's either that he's incapable of admitting that there's some things in Attack on Titan that just do not make sense and are not good, or he actually thinks Attack on Titan is a 1000% perfect story. There's nothing wrong about it, and everything makes sense. Sash himself says that one of Eren's main goals is giving Parody a fighting chance, and then Parody gets destroyed. But then Sash says, "Yeah, it's okay. Eren doesn't know. It makes sense. It's okay."
Yeah, that was a bad point,
incapable
too.
of seeing
That was a bad
how
point,
bad that
too.
is. And Sang tells Sash to rank Eren's goals
God
in terms
damn
of
it.
importance. And Sash says that at number 1, that Eren's main premier important goal is freedom. His second important goal is the Titan Curse. And after that, his friends and Parody are equal in importance.
Fine, but do you agree that there's a hierarchy?
Uh-huh.
My camera went out.
Yes,
Which one is most important?
bro. I'm saying
You just
freedom,
said you agree. Okay, freedom.
Titan, curse, and then they're similar.
So Sash is saying that the Titan Curse is more important to Eren than his friends or Parody. When in chapter 131, Eren says that the Titans could be gone if all Eldians die. But of course, he can't accept that. So even Sash doesn't even know the importance of Eren's own goals. He then says that Eren wins. Yes, he says that Eren wins because Eren completes all his goals.
At the end of the day, he wins, right? In terms of the story, like he wins. He gets the result he wanted.
No, he doesn't.
How did he not win? This is what he shows.
And like I just said, Sash says that Eren's main premier goal is freedom. But literally at no point does